Hello, everybody, and welcome to a brand new series on Cities Skylines. Now, you guys may be wondering why I'm playing Cities Skylines and not Minecraft today. Well, that's because a year ago, I started a mini series on Cities Skylines saying I had 70 days to build a city before Cities Skylines 2 came out on my PS5. Now, a year later, Cities Skylines 2 is still not out on the PS5, and I don't know how long it's going to take. So I have decided to make a brand new series on Cities Skylines, and it is going to be going on until Cities Skylines 2 comes out. So hopefully it comes out soon, because we only have the limitations of console, so I can't make this go on forever. So hopefully the game comes out soon. But anyway, the way this series is going to work is, as you can see, most of the videos are going to be time-lapse, really relaxed time-lapse. I'll just talk over what I'm doing, stuff like that. And then at the end of the videos, I'll cut to proper gameplay footage. I can show you everything in normal speed, and then do a cinematic at the end of the entire city. So we started off here with a very basic little start. It was actually inspired by the vanilla tutorial of Build Guide 2 by Overegg, another Cities Skylines creator. This is the same map he used and everything like that. And this is very much how I based off the city. And in this city, I'm very much going to prioritize making it look really realistic, loads of trees, shrubbery, making it look really, really nice. Now, the start of the game was pretty hard, because this was like my 12th attempt, because I kept messing up the start, I kept messing it up to the point that I didn't have any money at all, couldn't do anything, and the city would completely fail. But unfortunately, this save actually worked. Now you can see I'm zoning everything. It's all very natural. And along the riverside, we're going to have a very long sort of promenade filled with shops and stuff like that. It's going to be very, very cool. And we're also going to have loads of other things around it. So this map, as you can see just now, has a lot of islands towards the end. One of the really long islands will come out downtown district. You have other islands that we use for further industry, parks, stuff like that. Just off this suburb area, there is a little island with a castle, and I'm going to make that a natural reserve areas later with the park mod, with the Parks and Promenades DLC, whatever it's called. Park Life DLC, that's what it's called. And you can just see it there when I was doing the electricity there. It's just on the left. And the game is going to be a very, very relaxed game. So in this episode, we're going up to, I believe it is the tiny town milestone, which just gives me enough time to start doing all the detailing in the city, put loads of pathways, roads, trees, make it look really, really nice, loads of fences. It does look like a really nice suburbia, and I really like how it's looking right now. I've got the game open on my PlayStation just so I can get the money up for the next episode, because the next episode is a pretty big one, and as I am looking at it, we need some more rubbish disposal. So I'm just going to build another one of them in the area that's going to be going in the next episode, just so that can get started. But this right now, as you can see, we're mostly waiting for this first part of the time lapse to get to the first milestone. I do cut in a minute. I was just trying to figure out how the game should look best for you guys. I think the cold environment is the best one for you, so I will have that done for the next episode. But I think right now it's set on sunny, so it does change a bit. But anyway, we cut here to the milestone. We have now hit the first milestone, where we leave as tiny town, little hamlet, that's it. I got some funding, and this entire block is just going to be dedicated to be a school. So it may seem a bit weird just having a school and then nothing else around it. But once we get the 1,500 population, we get all the decorations, everything like that. It actually looks really, really nice now, because I put in some parks, some trees, make it look like a proper area. And one problem we always had in this part of the game was the funding for water and sewage and stuff like that. So I had to keep boosting the budget up. It was really, really annoying. And obviously I was building everything out of dirt roads to make sure I didn't lose any money that I needed at that time. I still need that money now. But you also just saw there, I was leaving gaps in the zoning on the roads. That is for where the pathways are going to be going later on. I'm sort of like developing these green belts between roads and the main highways. And you'll see later on, once I start detailing in the proper video of the entire thing, it is actually really, really cool what I've managed to do with it. We've got nice pathways going all through, loads of trees, got some houses, parks, everything like that. And it is starting to look like a really, really nice city already. I really cannot wait to make the next episode and continue working on this. But what else have we got now? We've just cut to quite far forward, actually, because the entire start of the game was very, very slow. Even though it's in a time lapse, it was very slow. And this part of the time lapse is going to last about 6 minutes, so I don't know how much I can talk about. I'm going to have some music over the top of this and just run it over. Now, here is the promenade I was just talking about. We've got all the shops going. It is running along the side of the river. It is looking very, very nice now. But obviously, they decided to build away from electricity, so I had to change everything around it. This was just to try to get us up to the 1,500 milestones so I could start decorating everything. And predominantly, the rest of this time lapse is just decorating everything. It is really tedious process, but it does make the city look very, very nice in the end. So here we are. We hit the tiny town milestone, and I instantly went to see what we could make. And I went straight into building the parks and everything like that, making the entire city look very, very nice. So one thing I did do when I was building out these pathways was use the forestry fence. It just makes the entire thing look a lot more realistic. And I put some live oak trees, which come with one of the content creator packs, into the actual city. It makes it just look so much more realistic rather than just having this path cutting through. You've got the fence separating the buildings. Obviously, you've got the live oak trees, all that stuff, adding a lot of detail to the entire city. And one thing I forgot to mention was on the main road, which was the boulevard going left off of the roundabout, that is actually very well maintained. Every single building is put as a historic building, which people who play the game know what that means. So what I did is make sure that whatever is built there, I can control what is there, why it is there, and it just makes the entire thing look a lot nicer because you've got full control over what is being built and you don't have any like duplicates of builds, everything like that, which can be very, very annoying early game. And I am still sort of going around sort of, well, I'd say pruning the entire city, making it just look a little bit nicer than how it is at the time of us recording this. And also here, this is me building the primary school. I put like a baseball pitch because it's an American city, and I obviously put the fences around it. I did later put in a car park as well, made it look a little bit nicer, all that stuff. And because it has the baseball pitch, it's not in use, it's just decoration. Put in the trees, and I also put in some props of just these playthings. They've got no benefit in the game. It just makes the entire thing just look a lot nicer, in my opinion. Makes it feel a lot more realistic. I did the same for the high school later on. I started to do some more detailing around that, just add some more props and stuff like that. I don't actually have many props, which is quite annoying, and I don't really want to spend any more money on this game, considering the Cities Skylines 2 is coming out at some point, and I have no idea when that is going to be. But I did spend a lot of time working on this prime school area. I was originally going to put a park in, but I decided that it didn't need it. I already had the props. But I do sort of want to put one in again now. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with that, but as you can see, we had it all built up, and I think it looks really, really nice now. And then we just continue doing more detailing and stuff like that around the entire city. I'm adding more paths, as you can see. So this is the greenbelt area that I was talking about, putting in all the paths, all the areas that are left zoned out to put in the paths. And also you put loads of trees around this entire area. It looks really, really nice. Just this separation between the main highway, which right now is 2 single lane roads, but will later actually become a full highway leading off into the downtown area. It will look really, really cool once you've got that bit. But it just adds a little bit of separation, prevents any noise pollution, makes the entire thing just look really realistic, because that's what you'll see in a city. You'll see these massive highways and then just be separated off with green spaces, making the entire thing look very, very nice. And as you can see, I did work on this quite well, putting in loads of vegetation, making it look really, really nice. And I really like how it looks, as I've already said. I think it's probably a very basic thing. You don't need this in a city at all if you're playing Cities Skylines. This is all purely for decoration. And then I decided to add in a few parks. This is where I decided to put in the car park in the primary school. And I also put in, I believe, a tennis court and basketball court a little bit further away, just to make this little park area. It's near the school. As you can see, I think I'm building it here. No, this might be where I was building the dog park, I think. Yeah, this is when I built the dog park, and then this is the tennis court and basketball court, which I just built a little fence around, as it, and it just feels really, really nice once I actually got it done. It did take a little while because it is one way. As you can see, it looks really nice. Just adding this detail into your city makes a massive difference into it once you've actually built it. So here I'm building the high school campus. I didn't really put much in here. I put in some trees, 2 car park areas just to make it a lot more bigger, because obviously it's a high school, it's bigger than the primary schools or elementary schools, depending on what you want to call them. And obviously I just put a fence around, and that was about it. I put in a few trees. I am going to come back and put a few more things in later, but I think this is near the end of the time lapse, so let's jump into the actual gameplay. So here we are, the actual city. As you can see, it is all finished now. This is where it is as of the time of recording. This island is what I mentioned earlier. This is going to become a natural reserve park. As you can see, I'm now setting it up. I wasn't really going to plan it to be in a city park, but it's now going to be a nature reserve. So I'm just going to set it up now, and that is something we're going to be working on in the next episode on the time lapse. Another thing I want to work on in the next episode is building a farming district over where the industrial area is, because that is a way of getting a lot of money very, very fast. Because as you can see right now, we have $9,000, which is nowhere near the amount we need. So I'm going to keep playing this. Just leave it on as I'm editing this video, just so I can get the money up for the next episode. And as you see, this little castle area, I think it'd be very nice as a nature reserve. Not massive, but it will be good. And this is where the farming area is. There is a fire right now, if someone fixes that. This is where the farming area is going to be. So I'll just paint this out again. We haven't got that many resources, but I think it should be okay. I did actually put on the unlimited oil and ore cheat, because those are the massive money makers. And those are the ones that deplete when you turn them into industrial areas. So I am going to have that on. I know some of you may see it as cheating. I see it as a way of keeping the city sustainable. And there are other money glitches that I will be using later on, but that's like really only for little things I want to show you guys in sort of like tutorial videos, rather than actually use them in this city. I'll use it once we've got lots of money, rather than to get lots of money. But it does involve the bank system, which came out in one of the last updates of the game. And as you see here, that's the massive island. That is going to be where the downtown area is. As you can see all around us, I've got an airport idea, loads of different ideas. It's going to look very, very cool. As you can see where the highway is going to be shooting off towards the downtown. It's all of that bit there. And we also have some mountains to the left, which will be quite annoying, but I think can be very, very good to a separation between 2 different cities if it allows us. Because you can see there's that bay area in the top left, which I hope I can access a little bit of, just to be able to build a second city. I really wish Console Edition had the 81 tile mods. If we did, it would be amazing. I really wish we had that, because there's so many ideas I had for this map, which I just can't do because we can't access the area. But anyway, guys, that is pretty much it for the first episode of Cities Skylines. If you did enjoy them, make sure to like and subscribe and tell me, and I will leave you on a nice cinematic of the city that we've built so far while I'm fixing this power issue.